All right, ladies and gentlemen, probably going to take you about 30 seconds to hear this. You won't hear this for 30 seconds, but all right, just to kind of kick things off here, I think we're on the air. I think everything's working. I've got good bars, 10,000 kilobytes per second. That's a good number. We are getting ready here for the first match of the day. We'll do a little introduction here once we verify that everything's working. It looks good on the screen, and I think we're in good shape, but we're going to do just kind of a test as we go here. If you're on the air with us already, welcome to the first match of the first day here at the ASICS President's Day Classic. We are following, of course, Northern Lights 18 Black, and we are in the CHI Health Center here in beautiful downtown Omaha, Nebraska. A crisp but sunny day here in Omaha, and we are thrilled to be here with you today. Hopefully everything holds out here. We are doing a new setup. We are running OBS, which is Open Broadcaster System software today, instead of the normal platform that we use, but the YouTube channel is the same, so you should not see any difference. Maybe a little different scorekeeping method you'll notice. Hopefully that all works good. And we will introduce our broadcast team here. We are located at Court 26, and we are very happy here on Spoilybrock Sports Network, SBS 108 The Ocho, to be able to bring you continuous coverage of the President's Day Classic here from Omaha. We are in the afternoon session, of course, so it's the busy time of the day here as teams are switching around. Some are done, some are just starting for the day. So, yep, you can fold that mic however you like it, and we'll get you on the air here. And we're going to introduce our broadcast team here and our production team and see if everything is working here. It should be. All right, you able to hear me? Okay, good. Let's go through the people that are working the game here for you today. My name is Jim Welbrock. Joining me as the color analyst is Joe Klimbarski. He also acts as the sports information director here for the Spoilybrock Sports Network in getting us rosters, names, backgrounds of some of the teams where available. Of course, this is information gleaned off of the internet, and hopefully there's no fake news in any of this.
Always accurate.
Always accurate. Fold that mic in just a little bit closer. Yeah, about there. Say a few things, Joe, and welcome people to the show here.
Well, welcome. I understand we have an international audience today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that old Michael Spoladoro's online here listening to us.
Well, we certainly hope so. That's he told me about I suppose it's 3 hours ago now that he was going to go to bed for the night.
Okay.
And, I thought, well, I hope to be up for the match. I thought that's only 3 hours, but
it's worth getting up for, right?
If that works, oh, yeah, definitely that. We rival the Super Bowl here in our coverage, certainly. So we are thrilled to have an international audience here. And again, I think everything looks like it's working. This is a completely different setup. Not using easy reels today, even though we will shout out Sam McKay for all of his support, because that's what we normally use. With Mike not here, I am not an easy reels aficionado, I guess to say, so I use OBS here, and hopefully that's going to work.
So does that mean we have to share the score?
No, we should be good. I did add a scoring. You don't see it here, but if you look down on the laptop right here.
Okay.
And I think our folks should see that. And Lindsay's going to score keep. So I'm going to keep going on people here. So it's myself, Jim Welbrock, Joe Klimbarski on color for this match. And also our SID, Lindsay Spoladoro, is going to be keeping the score for us and potentially doing some statistics. I know we did that when we were in Minneapolis a couple of weeks ago here. And Kara Spoladoro for providing production assistance, moving gear, printing out some of the rosters and things too, and just generally keeping us all in order here. So, Joe, what's the outlook here?
I'd like to venture a guess and say that the Lights team should handle this fairly quickly. It's a third team from this club that is kind of a mishmash of extra people, it looks like, according to their roster. But you never know. On any given day, you know the saying. So we'll see. This is from a program that has a less, what do they call it on the summer here? A lower commitment. This team only practices once a week. These are girls that just wanted to play and have a good time. So I don't know how well that'll transfer to their skills.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting comments that they had on there. We, of course, have heard of VCN. I think maybe, is it in an Omaha-based club normally?
Lincoln, actually.
Lincoln, okay. So, yeah, I noticed that was kind of interesting, the lower commitment comment. But I guess it makes sense, depending on what your goals are out of this sport. You may not be aiming for some of the same goals that others are. So it's good to have different options.
I believe they used to be mostly Omaha-based, but they have stretched their wings a little bit, and they had some branches in Lincoln, but now they've kind of mixed, I guess, where they need the people, they send them.
Okay, well, that makes sense. So we'll see how things go here. We're just getting done with warm-ups. We should be underway here in, I would think, about 5 minutes. National anthem was done, no doubt, this morning before the morning session, so we will not have that. And we can tell you, as I mentioned earlier, pretty nice day here in Omaha, a little on the chilly side and a little breezy out of the northwest. All of those wind turbines that I encountered on the trip from Des Moines over here were spinning pretty freely today, and it was nice to see that. On the other hand, I got some pretty terrible gas mileage coming over here.
And very busy around the convention center.
Man.
Hosting Nebraska High School State Wrestling Championships just down the hall in the same building. So there is a lot of traffic around this place and inside of this building.
And I believe if I saw right, there is an Omaha Supernovas pro match in the arena tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a lot of traffic here, I think, for the duration. Maybe not on Monday so much.
But who will draw more? Will it be the pro team or the high school wrestlers?
Well, I know you got to believe. I think in Iowa, Minnesota, and Nebraska is probably some of your biggest
big wrestling
programs,
states.
Really big states. And I know I think in our area we're down to section finals maybe this
tonight. Yes.
Weekend. Yeah, I know Northfield goes tonight. They did make section final, so that's being broadcast on NorthfieldLive.com, which we are sometimes partnered with. I'll just kind of leave that sit there, but I know they're busy. Hockey section finals, I think, all wrapped up last night, so the state tournament should be set for girls. This is not boys, this is for girls.
Right.
We should see brackets on Sunday for that. So I'm going to have to remember to turn the camera today. That's generally something that falls under Mike's control, and I've been known to forget. Well, sometimes in timeouts I'll switch over and we'll watch some other things, but I often forget to come back. So if you can help me keep track of that a little bit. If anything else, we'll just keep your view on the court more than anything else here. So we're underway here. VCN Lincoln, 18 Navy, and your Northern Lights, 18 Black. Here we go.
Let's play some volleyball.
All right, the R2 is checking lineup cards, making sure everybody, remember we had issues with that at the last match. Hopefully we don't see any of that today as we get the libero Bella Rushing to come into the match, and Izzy Torvey ready to put the ball into play. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ball's in play, picked up here, and not picked
and an
up.
ace right off the bat.
Well done. What a way to start. I always think it's not the most important thing, but it is really nice to get point number one.
Nice to see Sasha Bovard back on the court for Lights. She's been out with an injury for about 4 weeks.
I got to get her name in my head because that is one I have not called yet. So pardon my slowness on that.
Chaska High School senior.
Yes. See that. Chaska. Good. All right, already R1 steps down for a moment, and it's all smiles. I'm not sure what that was all about, but I think we're going to get the goal signal here, and Torvey will continue at the stripe here, sends it over. VCN there to pick this one up. We'll try to get some of their names. Left side attack up over the block there, picked up by Bovard. Over the left side, Miedema with a nice swing, but picked up in the back row there for VCN. Sent over.
And Ada Decker right there to meet it at the line.
Well done, Ada Deckers. And let's see if that score app is working. And yes, it is. So I don't have to worry about calling the score out as much as we often do, as Torvey continues at the stripe here, and that one finds the net strings. That's going to bring Reagan Besler to the line for VCN, the right-hander. Puts it in play here.
Delivers a long serve out there, right out the backcourt.
Bovard smartly steps out of the way of that one. Point Lights off to a great start here. 3 serving 1 for Taylor Miedema, the Southwest Christian product. To our left, the right-hander puts it in play here. VCN almost shanks that ball, but they do manage to save it. A free ball opportunity here for Lights. Miedema's there quickly to Torvey, and that gap set to Deckers.
Miedema back to the line for another one.
Ball's in play here, picked up, shanked again there, and this one they're not going to get over 4 contacts. Well, he calls a double contact on that, I guess either way. Either way, it's Point Lights. Miedema continues at the stripe here. The right-hander sends it over, picked up there by VCN. A right side attack. Clock says no. Return to sender.
It was Bovard with the block, dropping it right down in the front row.
Miedema continues. Picked up here by VCN. The back set over to the right side, and a nice swing, but Miedema right there to pick this one up. Hagen sends it over, and scrambling.
Brett Hagen with a great shot right to the middle where no one was really expecting it to go, and they did not handle that well. Timeout.
All right, here's my first test. We're going to zoom in on our timeout group here, and we'll see if I remember to bring it back. All right, gives us a chance to call out a couple of our sponsors. Going to keep talking about Sam McKay at Easy Reels because that's the app that we normally use to put this on the air, and Sam has provided us with an immense amount of assistance on all of the technical things that we try to do with this app, including some things that were probably never originally intended. We have called him on night tournaments like this one is going to be, and we have called him on weekends and weekends at night, and Sam McKay always providing fantastic service for us here at Foley Brock Sports Network. We're back. The view is back. Miedema's back. The ball is in the air and picked up here by VCN. They're going to go to that right side again, up over the block. Taylor there to pick this one up. Over to Torvey. High set. One over.
Double contact. Dreaded double contact called on Lights.
We talked about double contact, and that was something that was going to go away.
Sometimes when it comes at you fast, you're more defending yourself than trying to set it, and that's going to happen once in a while.
For sure. All right, ball's back in play here, and they're scrambling again up over the block. Does VCN here. Torvey sends this all the way over to Bovard. Big swing, and the defense sends this high into the air, almost at the top of the arena here. Bovard again, they're going to set up here again out of the back row. Miedema up over the block. The libero there for VCN. Another opportunity here for Lights as rushing is there. Torvey, quick set into Deckers.
Wow.
What a pretty play that was for your Northern Lights.
Hagen not getting a lot of sets on that right side, but she's up trying to block every time, which is great because they're having to go over her and can't hit the ball very hard, resulting in a lot of roll shots.
Lights puts the serve into play here, and there's some scrambling at the net. Ball's picked up there in the back row by VCN over to the right side. Sent up off the block. Hagen's there. Torvey brings this one back. Miedema again out of the back row. Off the tape. Libero there to pick it up. Over to the left side. Through the block. And a nice attack for, I think, Haley Volman. Not doing a good job on their names. We'll see if we can improve that. I'm having actually kind of a hard time reading them for some reason. I think they're kind of small. Maybe that's why it is. But we'll try to improve on that. The libero, number 45, is Kate Odell. She puts the ball into play here to her counterpart. Rushing picks this one up over to Bovard, up off the block, sent back over. Torvey with a bump set out of it to meet him out of the back row, and then just a little bit long.
It's an 8-4 lead for your Northern Lights ladies.
Odell continues at the stripe, wearing the gray Liberos jersey. Probably hard for you to see that as Rushing picks this one up. Torvey again quick. And
nice
Bovard
coverage
is to send this one over. Nicely done there. Over to the left side and through. And another nice swing again. I think that was Haley Volman for VCN. And that play has worked now a couple of times for VCN on that left pin. Odell will continue at the stripe. Right-hander sends it, just long. And Rushing took an extra look at that and said, I think that's going to be long, and wisely done as we get Spolidoro coming in for Hagen. Macy to the service stripe. The Eastridge product puts the ball over, picked up there by Odell, quickly into the gap. They run that same play Lights has been running. This one a little bit long for VCN.
Lights wisely lets that one go.
Building a little bit of a gap here. We got them doubled up, 10-5. Here we are in set one. Match one, day one. At the stripe for VCN is Maya Kane, wearing number 16, and she really brought a fastball there. Unfortunately, the tape gets in the way for VCN. Going to bring Molly Klimbarski back to the stripe. We called her Ace Klimbarski for the many aces she had up at the qualifier just a couple of weeks ago. The right-hander puts this one over. The back set here over to the right side again, and that was Bowman on that attack, and we've got a point VCN. We have a net violation on Lights.
No one's owning up to that violation up front, so we don't really know who it was.
Nope, but they're also not saying no, so then you know it's kind of true. On a good serve here for Bowman, finds a spot there in the one, deep in the one. Ten serving 8, so 3 quick points here after the double up has brought VCN back into the first set here as Volman continues and puts this one short, but Rushing not fooled on that one. Pushed over to the left side. Niedema there with a nice swing. Goes off the defense. Point Lights.
A little bit of an off-speed swing there. It kind of caught him standing on the other side.
Going to bring Ashley Grelsnick to the service stripe. Right-hander sent over a good serve here. Odell has able to handle it, but it's going to be a free ball coming over here for Lights as Deckers is there to get it. Goes over to Torvey with a big cross-court swing. Just wide left. Rushing in for Grelsnick, and back at the stripe, Emily Bender for VCN. The right-hander using up a lot of her 8 seconds there, I think, to get that one into play. Rushing there to get this one. Pushed over to Miedema. The roll shot up over the defense. Nicely done.
Nice high set. It gave Miedema a lot of options, and she chose the roll shot, which worked quite well there, dropping in the middle.
Torvey at the stripe. The Orno product. Puts it down the line. Nicely done there, but picked up by VCN. They go back to the left side. The block. Deckers gets that one, but unable to bring it back into the court as it squeezes out to the right side.
Torvey is fun to watch in high school. She pretty much runs the offense for Orono. She does everything. Hits from the back, sets, everything. She really contributes to that high school team of hers.
That's good. Rushing here to get this one and unable to keep that one in play is your Northern Lights.
Only up by 1 right now, 12-11.
If we got a match here again, we talk about a 1, 2, 3-point lead isn't really very safe. If you can get it to 4, 5, 6, then you've got a little bit of a lead. But VCN has fought back here. And off the tape for Reagan Besler. Mike's theory is that teams work on that for the last 12.5 seconds of every practice. And if you do that, you'll be able to bring that out during a match. All right, now we've got a jewelry violation. It looks like a friendship bracelet. I think maybe not. And Besler is going to continue at the stripe. And again, she's able to hit that tape, so the practice is paying off.
Looked like a foot fault from here, but no one called it.
Boy, that's one you hardly ever hear call, and I think is often missed. And the VCN coach, he got airborne there.
He gets quite animated over there.
He is very animated.
Really excites his players.
Tall guy, looks like he's about 6'5" or so, I'm guessing a little bit. Rushing there to pick this one up. The bump set for Klimbarski, swung over on a roll shot by Miedema. Right side attack. Block gets a piece of it, but it falls in. And we've got a VCN lead. I don't know how that happened. They have gone on a tear here, and Coach Weber has seen enough, so we're going to call a timeout here. We'll swing over and let you watch again. And
well timed for that call.
What do you think they're talking about in the huddle here?
I think they're probably trying to come up with a plan to do something different. Or maybe something basic, just a nice pass set and hit, get back into system, see what they can do to right their ship. Hard to say.
Yeah, it felt like we had all the momentum there, and all of a sudden it kind of evaporates on you.
Looks like the coach is reminding them about their basics, their platform, their swings. Just do what they know.
Yeah, and some of it's luck. I think this hitting the tape was hopefully not something that we see a whole lot of here.
4 times. 4 times for that.
All right. Besler at the stripe for VCN. The right-hander puts it over. Miedema there to pick this one up. Torvey, the slide. First time we've seen that.
Yeah.
Deckers on the swing.
Well timed.
Up and over the block here. Torvey going to go quick into that gap. Deckers
goes down through it right there.
I like that play when the connection is there and the timing is right. That is really good.
Had real success last time she was back here. Let's see if she can duplicate that.
And to our left, we see the Northern Lights Club director, Kurt Glessman, is observing the goings-on court 26 here. And into the middle there, but the connection not made between, I'm not sure who the setter was there.
That's such a timing thing, and if it's not right, it's hard to fix.
Right.
You can't really do anything except pop it over underhand, and hopefully you're not called for a lift.
And the timing's so critical when you're trying to run a fast offense like that. All right, Miedema on the serve here, over to the right side, up off the block. Point VCN. We'll see who is interested in taking the control of this set. So far, nobody. Lights having that early lead, but as we get later in the set now, it's been very much back and forth. And at the stripe is Henderson for VCN, picked up there by Rushing. Torvey, the bump set, over to Boltard. What a swing.
Big swing, big swing. Kind of waking up our team a little bit here.
Really got up over that one.
And hit through the ball, which is really important. She got that elbow up, the wrist down, and makes a big difference for the direction of the ball.
Bella Rushing, the Northfield product. Headed to Juniata College. Look them up if you're not familiar with D3 volleyball. Oh, and a nice spot there looking in the one, but Miedema right there to get it. Over to Hagen.
Hagen with a big swing. Big swing for Britta.
Nicely done, Britta Hagen. 16 serving 15 for Rushing. The right-hander sends it over. Good serve.
Nice
Makes
spot.
Defense dive on the ground to get that one. Torvey again to Grosnick with that quick gap set.
They can't cover it when it comes that fast. They can't get back. They need another step to get their hands behind that ball, and it's just bouncing right off.
That ball headed. I don't have my direction straight here. That feels like that is south.
South, yes. 3 courts. So.
That was way over there. Headed for the old market.
There's Rushing.
Right-hander sends it over. Good serve. They go to the right side here, up off the block. Miedema there. And what are we getting?
A net violation.
Yes. You never know how the players know which whistle to pay attention to.
In a
You
place
got-
where there's 45 of them
Going
going
all
off,
over the
yeah.
place.
Okay, lights one point on top here.
Odell puts it in play. Meet him in the air to pick this one up. Over Hagen, the delay. She hung in the air there and waited and then hit it. Nicely done.
Her hang time pays off for her there.
Spoladero back in the match for Hagen. And she will take the serve. Picks her spot. And we are ready to go. I'm not sure what the delay was there, but R1 looking at something on the other side of the court. Spoladero right down the line. Unfortunately, just wide right. Maya Kane at the stripe wearing number 16 for VCN. Oh, good serve there. Miedema right there to pick it up, though. Spoladero goes over the left side. Torvey off the block.
Torvey sends it across court and down. This match, Jim, very much indicative of a first match in a tournament where they've been sitting around all day, both teams trying to shake off a little rust and kind of get into things. It just takes a little longer on that first set.
It does, especially in the afternoon like that when you've already
There's a
part of your
double
day
that
is over.
should have been called, but it wasn't, but the ball was out. So everything works out for Northern Lights. It's a point.
First to 20 here, and that elicits a timeout. We'll let you look in on VCN just because we can, in case we have any people from their club on the air here. And now I'll really have to remember to bring this back because we can really zoom in on their crew over there and their 6'5" coach. I don't know, maybe he isn't quite that tall, but definitely very animated. Bringing a lot of energy to the VCN squad. Again, out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln is about 50 miles southwest of Omaha. And of course,
Omaha Huskers.
If you follow volleyball, you know about Lincoln. Of course, they set that record 93,002, I think, at their match with Omaha back in the
There
fall.
was a lot.
Klembarski on the serve here, and the ball does not get over for VCN, a 4-contact call.
That's likely where Klembarski's going to school, is at Lincoln.
All right, Klembarski continues at the stripe here. Over to the right side. Oh, she squeezed that around.
All right,
it
go back in.
It goes back in. Point Lights. That was close. Klembarski's going to continue at the stripe here. Nice service run here. 22, serving 17. And another
nice
good serve. Defense picks it up, but that was a rocket up over the block here. Spoladero dives.
Nice by rushing.
The bump set over to
Miedema.
Nicely done, and a great run here for your Light squad.
Miedema gets a lot of topspin on that ball, and that's what enables it to roll over the block like it does.
She does that very nicely. I think it's time to dial up an ace here for Ace Klembarski. Let's see. 23 serving 17.
And she delivers. Oh, no, it came back.
All the way back over. I thought it was going to hit the antenna there.
Or out of bounds.
Torvey sends this one over. VCN sets up. Left side attack. Spun over.
Pass.
Klembarski
Great set.
there. Oh, and the connection.
Out.
Point Lights.
That is out. And our score is 24-17, Northern Lights.
Klembarski on the hook here for set number 1. The right-hander confidently sends this one over, and the defense picks it up. I wonder if that would have been long. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Play continues.
That's just when we say thank you, Jim.
The bump set, that's the commentator's curse, and we try to avoid that here, but you can't always do that. Right side attack here. Torvey there to pick this one up. Spoladero goes over the left side. Miedema off the block. They send it over, recycling the point here out of the back row.
with a back row attack.
Nicely done, Molly, but play continues. VCN refusing to go down here. Torvey.
Rushing, gets in there and picks it up.
Oh, and it falls into the donut. A Texas size hole in the middle of the floor, and everybody comes up smiling after a wild and crazy point here. 18 serving 24 for Volman for VCN. Right-hander sends it over. Rushing backs up a couple steps to pick that one up. Spoladoro.
Ooh.
And
Nice attempt at a back set, though. Nice attempt to
she
mix it up.
covers her mouth on that one, and there's some smiles around about that. A double contact will be called there, and that one actually was legitimate, I can say that. Bowman continues at the stripe here, rushing there to pick this one up. Spoladoro over to the left side. Niedema off hands, but the defense picks it up, flipped over there out of the front row for VCN, and a nice swing for Corby, and it's all the way back over the net, but
That's
out.
the set.
And point set for your Northern Lights.
Spoladoro doing a great job throwing that ball around like a playground here, just sending it in every direction and really mixing it up, using her hitters, throwing in back row attack occasionally. She's really on it. We can live with a few mistakes. We know she could fix those. She's just really been on as far as putting the ball where it needs to be.
Well, I'm happy to see that they were able to turn it on at the end of the set. I mean,
Right.
you can go back and forth in the set, and as long as you don't let it get completely out of sorts, you can recover from all of that. But
I think
at
that,
the end,
yeah, it was a well-timed, well-called timeout. They settled down, went back to their game. They did what they know how to do, and the results were there.
all right, I'm going to step away for one moment, and we're going to get some stats for you. I got to get a drink of water, and our statistician busy here. We're going to get some numbers.
All right, while Jim's grabbing some stats, we'll just let you know we're at the 3-minute break between first and second set. The Lights team won the first set 25-18, I believe it was, against VCN. Quite a sea of volleyballs when you look around the convention center. Every direction has them going up in the air. Right around us, there's only one match actually playing. Everybody else is warming up. They must be ready to start their 3 o'clock matches. Apparently their courts went long. No. Welcome our viewers from Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, and of course, India, possibly, if Mike is watching or listening.
Yeah, I am not looking at my phone. I suppose I couldn't. I don't want to mess anything up. I got it working, and I'm very nervous to test it to see if.
Score's been reset, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, I don't have a text from Mike, so let's see. How's the battery doing? Okay, we're pulling a lot of watts out of this thing. I do have another booster that we can put on there. I think we'll have trouble getting through all 3 matches if I don't use that, so that's why we have the booster. And that should get us through.
Well, with any luck, it'll be a 25-0 set, and we'll be done quickly.
That would help. Then we'll shut everything down, and we can even take it in the back. If we can find a plug-in back there, maybe I can charge things in between a little bit. It's the only problem with this setup. Mike's setup takes such less power because we just use the iPhone and the board. Now here I have to power a camera, the board, and the laptop. And the laptop, of course, really takes the juice. But I am pleased that it seems to be working well. When I first walked in and did a speed test on the internet, I was not happy with the numbers. But now we got a couple people mugging for the camera here. We'll get a view of that. And we got the team back on the floor here.
Connecting here is often a problem, although it seems to be worse the farther south you get in this building. And then once you're outside, they have a Wi-Fi cafe, and you pick up everything.
I saw that. That's too bad that isn't available in here. But so far, and I will shout out Verizon because that's my carrier, I did stop in there and get some extra gigs so we wouldn't run out. And so far, the signal's hanging in there well. So Rushing also hanging in there well. And what a set from Corby to Deckers. And that was straight to the floor for Ada Deckers. What a play all the way around there. Perfect pass, a great set. And that's what drives a good point.
Switching up the lineup a little earlier here. Molly coming in, Klembarski coming in 2 rotations sooner than normal. She goes.
Picked up by Odell here in the back row for VCN, up over the block.
Nice pass by Bovard, back set. And
Oh,
Hagen
nice.
gets it off the block, and it's out. It is
Nicely used of the block
Lights
there.
point.
Off to a good start here, 2-0 early in set 2.
Klimbarski back at the stripe.
Right-hander sends it
She
off the
gets it.
defense.
Ace. Another ace for Klimbarski.
Ace Klimbarski strikes again. That is Dan Stein, Alligator Ace. Thank you to Dan Stein, Alligator, Crocodile, and Varmint Removal Service of Prior Lake, Minnesota. Klimbarski continues here.
Picking on that corner.
Now they are punched over here by VCN to keep it alive. Torvey, quick, looking for Deckers, tips it up over. VCN sets up, and they just push this one over. Hagen there to get it. Torvey over to the left side. Bovard uses the block.
Tools that block. Decker, equally skilled with both hands. If she has to reach, she still has total control with her left hand and can direct it, which is tough for a lot of middles to do.
Klimbarski continues at the stripe. Good serve there over in the 5. They pick it up. Molly there to get this one. Torvey just sent it over the on-two into the donut. Point lights.
One-handed setter dump right there. Timeout. VCN.
All right. We
and your score is 4-0.
will look in on VCN squad there.
Any musical breaks today, Jim?
Maybe. I don't have all that. Mike always has another additional pad that he runs all Chad Johnson's music off of.
Just heard a radio ad and saw a billboard out in Waconia, Minnesota for the Chad Johnson group appearing at Lola's Lake House this weekend.
Okay, good. Yeah, he's been a longtime supporter of the program. I believe he still has a daughter at Lights, so we may run into him, and boy, we could snag an interview with the man himself. That would be fantastic. But anyway, a shout out to Chad and Kari for their continued support of the program, allowing us to use their music. We are much appreciated to Chad Johnson and the MTs.
Another nice serve.
Sent over here by VCN. Deckers pushes this, and I thought it looked like a decent set. But
I did too.
I think we're talking about a non-setter setting, and sometimes that catches the eye of R1. And they treat them a little more critically, I feel like, which isn't necessarily a good thing.
Which may all go away if the new college rules pass.
Absolutely, as Maya Kane at the stripe for VCN, picked up here by rushing Tori the bump set out of the back row.
Klimbarski delivers the back row swing.
Nicely done there. Block gets a touch on this. Deckers punches it over. Hagen sends it over the net. Over to the left side. Picked up here by rushing Torvey. Over to Bovard, off the block just in time as the ball comes rolling into the court, but the play was essentially over already.
Let's credit Britta Hagen with a smart heads-up play. She doesn't often get to make a play like that, but when the time comes, she puts the ball where it needs to go and almost catches them sleeping on the other side.
Grausnick in for rushing temporarily here as Deckers waits for the go signal. And we're discussing something here. Not sure what that is, but I think all has been resolved, and we are awaiting the ready signal. There it is for Ada Deckers. Sends the ball over, and
line serve.
Picked up there by Volmer. Sent up over the block. Picked up by Torvey. The bump set by Klimbarski over to Bovard. Uses a hand to flick it off the block. Play continues here. Now we're getting
hearing a whistle. I think a net violation. Yeah, net violation.
He does not exactly hit that whistle hard. I couldn't tell whether it was from court 25 or court 26, but what do I know? I can't hear anyway. So that's why I have the headset on, so I can hear myself talk as Odell at the stripe, the libero there in the bat set. Hagen, big swing.
She got a touch. Are they gonna? Yeah, maybe not.
Here they looked and no one's.
Looks like they got a touch on that.
Odell will continue at the stripe here.
VCN trying to get back in this.
Just a 3-point lead. Let's see what they do on this one as it's sent over, and Klimbarski there nicely to pick this one in. Torvey over to the left side. Bovard looking down the line, the antenna on the net getting in the way. And I think he wants the antenna straightened. it maybe took a little bit of a
Smart shot choice. It just didn't work for her, but would have been great if it had gone.
I think she saw a spot there in the one, and yeah, he continues to point at the antenna. Nobody picking up on it. I think
Your
it's pretty
antenna
good,
needs
but
to
it's a
come
little bit
over.
off.
Your antenna needs to come over. I don't think the down ref knows what
Nope.
he's asking.
Well, now we're going to go anyway. So we got a little more latitude on that left side. We'll
That's
see if
okay.
it comes into play at all here as Odell with the serve. Torvey,
Wow.
quickly to Grousnick.
And Gross traps it between the blockers and the net and scores for Lights.
It's going to bring Macy Spoladoro back to the service stripe. The go signal. Spoladoro takes aim and drops it in, an off-speed pitch.
There's an ace.
Into the donut, and that's another Dan Stein Crocodile Varmint removal service ace for Spoladoro as she continues at the stripe here. Thinking we might have seen a timeout there, but it's not called. Spoladoro continues. Down the line this time, Volmer there to pick this one up. Goes back to her on the left pin, sends it over. Light sets up into that gap set again. Grousnick.
Now we'll probably see that timeout. He's still holding it in his pocket. Goes up to the line and coaches.
He's up working the floor like
about an inch away from
coach.
the line.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little over the line to me, but apparently not, as Spoladoro continues here, and they have trouble handling this one. Unable to bring it over from VCN.
He's not breaking, Jim. He's not going to call that time.
Stay in there with it. It is
make his girls tough it out here.
10 serving 4. Doubled up here for your Light squad as Spoladoro continues at the stripe and sends that one down the line. And they're going to say it's down.
I think that was a good call. That was the right call.
You kind of usually can
kind of hear it. Yeah, you could hear that plastic.
And to our left, we see Adam Beamer, one of the club directors.
Yeah, there he is.
At Northern Lights, sitting in the expensive seats here at the convention center. As Bolvar does a good job to pick that one up. It was moving with some pace.
Teamwork right there.
Into the middle, flipped over into the one for number 1, who is Emily Bender for VCN. Couple of points working their way back into set number 2 here. Remember, Lights takes set 1. You can see that on your scoreboard.
It's a nice serve right there.
Kane with the ace. Maya Kane for VCN.
And a full 360 in the air by their coach, Jim. Impressive.
He is an acrobatic individual. That is for certain. Oh, and that one looking short, trying to drop it into the shallow 3 is unsuccessful for Kane. That will bring Bovard to the stripe.
Nice to see Sasha back into the serving game.
Right-hander takes aim. Sent over, good serve. They scramble. They're going to get it over on a free ball.
Had him
Toby there to pick this one up. Spoladoro quick. And the connection not made there, but rushing there to send it over. Play continues, and the use of the block for Volman.
11-8.
Coming back here a little bit. We talked about a 3-point gap is pretty even, and that's where it is right now. Volman earns her way to the service stripe here. The right-hander puts the ball into play. Bovard there to pick this one up. Spoladoro all the way over to the left pin. Miedema with a big swing up off the block, and they're going to get it over on a free ball. Miedema takes this, swatted over a couple of different times, but never gets it over.
We are using the whole court, though. You notice that ball's going all across, and it forces a little faster play on our part, which is a little harder to defend. And I think that's what we need to see more of.
Homer at the stripe. Bovard there to pick this one up. Spoladoro the backside over Torvey. What a swing, but the defense sends it right back. We're going to set up again. Same play down the line.
That's in there.
Wow, yes. What a play.
Torvey.
Crazy Torvey.
All right, Rushing has had a lot of success here at the line. Let's see if she can continue that.
rushing the Northfield product, sends it over, picked up here by VCN. They go over to the right side. Block gets a little piece of that. Spoliter there to pick it up. The bump set over to Torvey down the line. Odell there to pick this one up and up over the block. Spoliter play continues here. The bump set for rushing over to Miedema. Sent over, dropped in. Point lights.
Deadly topspin on it right there, right off the block.
Rushing will continue from the service stripe here. And now we get the goal signal. 13 serving 9. The right-hander sends it over. The air dropping out of that one, but VCN defense able to bring it up. Sent over in the overpass, though, and Deckers sends that straight down.
Their second contact was also a back row player that jumped inside the 10-foot line. So can't do that either.
So that play was over before it fully matured as rushing at the stripe here. A big swing off the block for VCN.
Heck of an effort there by Macy. Polidoro lands on the floor, but almost gets the ball up.
Emily Bender at the stripe for VCN as we await the go signal. The right-hander sends that just wide out of the one.
Wisely let go there by rushing, watching that ball go out about a foot.
Torvey at the stripe. Oh, what a serve that was. Really the off speed there, but they do manage to pick it up. Bovard there to pick this one up. Torvey quick into the middle. Swatted over by Deckers. Bovard there to pick this one up. We'll try it again over to the left pin. Miedema with a big swing. Off the block, rolls down the net. Point lights.
That point all started with that 12 and a half seconds of practice we were talking about. That ball just clipping the net.
Apparently that is paying off.
And it's timeout. VCN.
All right, we'll
Can
look in here
in.
to your light squad.
15 to 10.
Nice lead here.
18-2s hanging around watching the match. I want to thank our audience that's listening and watching. Hello to Big Joey, Molly Klimbarski's twin brother. I know they just celebrated National Siblings Day, and they were both really excited about that. But he's especially excited to stay home and watch his sister play from the television and the confines of the couch. So hello to Joey. Thanks for watching.
The friendly confines of the couch. I like that. Just a quick reset for you. It's the first match of the day here for your 18 lights. We're going to get you back to the court. We are in the CHI Health Center here in Omaha, Nebraska. We are on court 26. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on Spoolybrock Sports Network, SBS 108, The Ocho.
Torvey back to serve.
Rushing sends a ball back to court 32, 31, something like that. Torvey puts the ball into play down the line and a great serve.
Ace right there.
A Dan Stein ace for Isabel Torvey. And I think I've seen the air come out of the VCN squad a little bit. They just look a little down. See if we can.
Down by 7 and
if they pull them
trailing
back
in set
out here.
Total. It's hard to.
As Torvey continues at the stripe. Bovard there to pick this one up. Torvey out of the back row. Miedema's well done. And they're scrambling. They're going to get this one back over. Hagen there to get this. Oh, Torvey, an acrobatic move to keep that in play as Rushing sends this over to the left pin, up off the block, and just, oh, what a point. Some fantastic defensive plays in that rally.
I believe VCN really needed that.
Reagan Besler at the stripe, number 2 for.
She has a short serve normally.
And, clips the tape again, that 12.5 seconds, but Deckers flying in the air.
Makes them pay.
Man, does she have a vertical. When timing is there, she is up here. Impressive. And we got a substitution here as
I've heard her name dropped
comes in.
Conversations with Michael Jordan and the like, so she must have some kind of vertical.
She has the helium shoes on, perhaps. Klimbarski at the stripe here, pushed over by VCN into that donut. And they're hanging around here.
Can't say they didn't try. The girls were all over that, trying to get that ball up.
Substitutions here as Henderson into the match for Friesen. She will serve. Henderson puts it into play, and Rushing turns at the last second away from that. And it is just catching the line, and another 360 pirouette for the VCN coach.
She got us with one like that in the last set as well.
That was right on the line.
She's also responsible for covering that back corner, and she's done that very well today also.
Oh, this time Henderson switches it up, drops that in short, the off-speed pitch. And suddenly they're back into this thing. Second set here, 18-14 in favor of Northern Lights after having won set number one. Henderson continues here at the stripe. Klimbarski unable to handle that one, and I think we're going to see a timeout here. No, we are not going to see a timeout here. We're going to work through this. A 3-point lead here for Lights. Henderson, a wizard at the service line here for VCN Lincoln. Sends it off the tape again. She's clearly been working on that.
I'm surprised they didn't call an overattack. She was trying to set that ball. And
yeah, exactly. Certainly looked like a roofing call there would have been in order. But we don't get it. And Henderson gets the ball back. Continues at the stripe here, the right-hander.
VCN hanging in there.
16 serving 18 here. Sent over, Rushing right there to pick this one up, and a good pass. Torvey over to the left side. Bovard up off the block, and they can't cover it, and that is
straight
down.
up and straight down.
Ada Deckers through the service stripe. And VCN coach moving his defensive set around as the ball is in the air. We'll see if this works for them. Over the left side for Dolman, and this is sent over by Klimbarski. Well done. They recycle the point here. Sent over from the right side. Decker's there to pick this one up. Torvey over to Bovard again, up over the block here into the donut, but they cover this. Henderson was there for VCN. Picked up by Klimbarski. Picked over to the left pin. Bovard off Henderson there again to get this one over to the left side off the block, and VCN back into this thing. We're going to have a good finish here to set number two, as it is 17 serving 19.
Torvey with 3 solid sets to her hitters, setting her feet and sending that ball where it needed to go. She was really on her game there.
Odell picked up there by Rushing. The bump set for Torvey out of the back row is Klimbarski. Sent over by Volmer, but picked up there by Bovard quickly. And Grosnick with the kill.
That really woke up that side. I don't think they expected that ball to come as fast as it did.
That was great. And it's first to 20, which, if nothing else, is kind of a mental advantage.
Always a mental edge to be there first.
And Lights earns that as Spoladoro at the line, sending it right down the line there.
Wow.
But the overpass crushed by Grosnick. And VCN coach is up, and I don't know, he's giving some instruction.
She loads that right arm and pulls that elbow back, and you're in trouble if you're on the other side of that ball.
Spoladoro continues at the stripe. Trouble.
Excellent serve. Excellent serve.
All right, we got, I don't know how many different balls rolling around here. That one's from court 31, it says. So, and a big throw there. Bounces it perfectly done by
70-foot
Spoladoro.
throw.
Wow. Reminds me of Steph Curry throwing a ball in from the end line. Kind of looked like that.
That had the length of a Caitlin Clark shot right there.
There we go. Caitlin Clark coming to Minneapolis in a couple of weeks.
Already
got
sold out.
Tickets to that match. I cannot wait to go. We got some good seats in the upper deck.
She's on pace to possibly break the all-time men's record as well.
Yes. Pete Maravich, I think.
Yes,
holding
Mr. Pete.
that. All right, Spoladoro sends this over. Lights just a couple of points away here. Rushing, what a great diving dig there. Torvey sent over by Klembarski over the left pin. And that is Volman, who has kind of been a key for VCN, gets the point there.
23-18.
Maya Kane back to the service stripe for VCN Lincoln.
She likes that short serve. Let's see what she does here, Jim.
The right-hander sends it over, but rushing there to get it. Spoladoro quick looking for that
Nice
gap
cover.
set. Good cover there for Torvey. They'll reload here as Volman. Boy, I want to call her Volmer, and that's not correct. Apologies if there are VCN people listening.
Spoladoro quick to try and cover with the block. Forced him to go around her.
Kane continues. Tough server here. Let's see what she dials up. Klembarski there to cover this one. And unable to bring it back. And they have reached the 20 mark. And thinking again, maybe we'd see a timeout, but we are not seeing that. 20 serving 23 for Kane. Continuing at the stripe here. Sent over. And we're going to get a lift call. So now we're getting the timeout.
Now, 21-23, is it?
Yes,
Yep.
Things have tightened up considerably here.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away for a moment. We'll let you have a look here. I got to get myself a drink of water. I'll be right back, and we'll let Joe entertain you here with witty comments.
Interesting to watch the body language in the huddle. The Lights girls all in contact, focusing, talking. Seems a little more intense, a little more serious. Very chill on the other side as they break their huddle much earlier than Lights will. Let's see whose strategy pays off here, to see who's more relaxed, see what comes up. Right. They deliver a serve. There it is. Spolador with the set. And Torvey puts it through, but they pick it up in the back row. Back set. There we go. Picked up. Oh, a net violation by 21. It's Ashley Rausnick.
All right, we're didn't get my drink of water. I'm not fast enough. All right, this is sent over here by VCN. That's Kane again, and trying to find a way to
How's out? Oh, they
get
called
her
it in.
off the stripe. And the VCN
Yeah.
coach, he's jacked up. And we are tied at 23.
23 apiece.
And I have forgotten to share some stats, and we got our statistician standing right in front of me here, sitting right in front of me. I've forgotten to mention that Lights did hit 433 in that first set.
Excellent
that's a key.
percentage.
And we have 7 aces so far. I think that's just for us. But that may be total in the match, so don't quote me on that one. But those are some key
Free ball
stats.
coming over.
All right, Torvey there. Oh, the on.
Oh!
And they're going to bring
Pick it
this
up.
back over. Grousnick, the back set over to Torvey. Down the line.
There he is.
Well
That's a
done.
touch. Lights back in the driver's seat here. They need 1 point to finish this. Up by 1, 24-23. They can get this next point. Match is over.
Sasha Bovard on the hook here for your Lights squad. The right-hander sends it over, picked up there by Volman, pushed all the way over to the left pin.
Nicely
Hands
covered.
it over. Bump set here from Rushing over to Miedema. Odell there to pick this one up for VCN.
Free
And
ball.
some miscommunication there is an opportunity for Lights. Polidoro, quick Grousnick to delay. Odell there with a bump set over to the left side. Bowman there to send this one over. Polidoro there to cover. Miedema flips it up over, looking for a
Miedema
spot.
wisely puts it in the back corner.
Well done. And that will do it.
And as predicted, Lights comes out on top, although a little closer than we probably would have liked it. We'll just credit that to first match jitters. Shaking off a little rust after sitting around the hotel all day, but they come back and they play mentally tough when they need to and did not give up there at the end. So congratulations to our Northern Lights, 18 black.
All right, I think we're going to get off the air here quick because I'm going to need to charge this battery a little bit. And we need to get out of the way. So thanks for joining us. I don't know when we play next. I think we maybe have 1 hour off. Watch the schedule. And again, on YouTube, make sure that you check subscribe and all notifications. Then you're going to know when we're back online. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We will see you soon here. This has been a special presentation of the Spoley Brock Sports Network, SBSN 08, the Ocho Lights wins.